And I was just thinking, how would KSI do against Nate? Obviously, KSI would win, but would it be that fast and that devastating as Jake did? And I don't know, that was just a thing going in my mind.
I think KSI would have probably KO'd him because he actually did KO'd a sparring partner the same way Jake KO'd Nate, and it was Deji did a reaction video years ago before the Joella fight when KSI was first starting the boxing. Yeah. KSI did the exact same uppercut and knocked him clean out. So I think it would have gone similarly, but I feel like KSI tends to take his time more and he doesn't finish very quickly. But I think the result would have been the same.
Yeah, the result. Yeah.
I feel like, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, no, continue. I'm just still thinking about that.
Oh yeah, so I think that okay, so why do you think Jake is gonna win?
Well, I mean, clearly I have no favorite. I mean, obviously I prefer KSI over Jake Paul's content, but we're just keeping this straight boxing, right?
Yeah.
I think nobody can say with a straight face. I'm not talking about who's winning, but nobody can say with a straight face that KSI has better form than Jake Paul. I don't even think KSI fans can convince themselves KSI has better form than Jake Paul. In sparring, probably, but from what we've seen so far, Jake Paul obviously he looks more composed. I mean, of course, it's a weaker opponents, but he looks more composed, more calm. He times his punches. KSI is how you said in what's it called? Boxing Insanity or something like that.
Yeah, boxing and he just boxing insanity against Logan.
I feel like I get pray, swing, and I hope it lands vibes from KSI, and I see timing from Jake Paul. You know what I mean?
I will say that I disagree with some of your opinions, but we'll kind of break it down. I think that the thing that Jake has that he has that Logan doesn't, he reads the boxing. He's thinking while also fighting. And I think that's a huge advantage that, he has over every YouTube fighter. And I think that I think that Logan is faster than Jake. I know Jake is pretty fast, but I think that he tends to miss a lot. And if you go to the scorecards for the Nate versus Jake fight, Nate actually landed more punches than him, but obviously the accuracy was higher because, Jake knocked him out 3 times, or 2 times. But I think that for KSI to win, well, okay, so before we get to how I think KSI can win this fight, I think that KSI fought Logan the way he did because that Logan is such a specific situation where KSI couldn't box him traditionally because if he did, he would probably lose. And it was a lot of it was less about, he's a bigger guy, because everyone says KSI just fought Logan because he was bigger and he needed to swing more. And that's a factor, but the big factor is that it affected Logan's mentality, because Logan is terrible under pressure. He doesn't know how to deal with it. He doesn't like when people are in his face. And because KSI knew that from the first fight, that's why he was super wild and aggressive and just going no technique. But he also said that another reason why he was so wild was because he got very frustrated that Logan was kind of always running away from him whenever he would try to fight him. And, he said it's kind of hard to fight somebody that doesn't want to fight. So I think that the emotions and and Logan kind of not wanting to fight KSI is what made him get even more wild. But I think KSI has proven that he can fight unorthodox, but also fight very technically. So I think that he's shown that KSI has shown that he has the heart and the determination, and he can go up against bigger opponents, but he hasn't proven that he has technique, and people know that he does. He just hasn't proven it in a big fight. And and it's kind of the same thing with Jake, where Jake has proven he has technique, but he hasn't proven he can use that same technique against bigger fighters. So they both don't get the best of both worlds, I guess.